Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the stream here. I certainly hope you guys are doing great today because I'm doing pretty good myself. So today's a little bit of a different stream. If you were here yesterday, as you saw, we played Mech Warrior 5 yesterday, and I still had quite a bit of issues with that that story mission there. And you kind of see from the title, we're actually playing Grand Theft Auto 5 today. We did one of these originally when the open wheel racing first came out. But last Tuesday, the summer DLC came out, and it brought, I think, 5 new open wheel races, as well as a bunch of cars and stuff like that. So I wanted to get into the game here. I wanted to see those 5 races. I haven't got to see those yet. So I got a couple goals for today. I'd like to spin the lucky wheel, which we'll do first because I haven't done it yet today. I'd like to do the time trial and the RC time trial. Try to get all 3 of those knocked out really quick, and then do the 5 new open wheel races. Now, essentially what I was trying to do is I want to do some more iRacing today, but unfortunately that's probably not going to happen. I actually had a steering wheel on order, so hopefully that would have been a little bit better just to try that out. We probably would have, either unboxed it right before we used it, or at least got it set up before we did some iRacing. But unfortunately it hasn't been delivered yet. I don't know quite when it'll be delivered, so we'll just have to kind of roll with it. So let me go ahead and pop into the game here. I'm already actually in the game already. There we go. So I'm in my penthouse apartments. We're going to run downstairs and spin the lucky wheel, see what we get. And then we'll go ahead and head on to probably the normal time trial. I'm trying to think, because that one's actually in downtown this week, so... And then the next one just outside of town on Madraz, I think it's Madrazo's ranch. So we'll do that. So the lucky car this week is the 811. I think that's what it's called. It's a nice car. It's if somebody gave one to me, I would drive it. It's not a bad one. So we'll see how this goes here. Probably not very well. I'm going to guess we probably get some RP. That's usually my luck on the lucky wheel. And I nailed it. That's terrible. Alright, well, let's go ahead and head outside, I've actually been trying to collect all the Fister cars, since Fister is the Porsche knockoff in this game. I've been trying to collect all. I think I'm down to only needing 1, I believe. And it's not the 811, actually. Mine is actually sitting outside right now. So we'll go pick that up and we'll head to the time trial. I think the only one I'm missing is the SR. The really high-end, like, 911. There's my 811. I figured we'd get this out since that was the Lucky Wheel card this week. And then go ahead and head over to the... time trials. That'll be kind of fun. No, so what was I going to say? There was something I was going to mention while I was out here. Oh, I figured we would do some more, we would figure we'd do some racing on GTA 5 since there's supposed to be a streaming race, or a racing stream. Yeah, I figured we could do some, I figured we'd do some racing in here. Even if the steering wheel does come in the middle of the stream, we can probably, if we have enough time, we might pop over to iRacing, but, I figured this is also one of those games where if it does come during the stream, we can go ahead and pop over to iRacing pretty quickly and see what we can do over there. So we're going to see how this race is. I don't think I've done this time trial yet. I think I've done all the RC ones and then all the car ones. And if we can't do it in this car, I do have a couple other ones that are a little bit better. I know one I can pretty much do every one of them in, so... Spin the car around here. This is actually the morgue here. What we're going to do, the first thing I want to do is open the map up and figure out where we're going. It is way up there. Alright, so we could drive it through town here. This is what I'm kind of concerned about right in here. I'm wondering if it would be easier if we went out along the highway here. I'm thinking that might be the best way. Now, fair enough, I know we're actually on a time, but if we actually do this, I believe, one of these we can reset the, there it is. So one is we can actually reset the time trial and be okay. So we'll just drive up over here. Now I do see that it does say that we need to go to the right here. So what we'll do is right at this corner here, we'll make a right and actually follow the highway up. I think that might be a little bit faster way to go. So we're going to try this and see how it goes. We'll give this a couple attempts. Maybe give it 10 minutes, so about a quarter after if we don't get it by then. We'll try to get the RC1. The RC1 I know I can do because pretty much you really don't need too many upgrades to the RC car to get those, and I think I've got every upgrade for that car anyways already. Problem is with the car I have right now, I'm afraid that it might top out a little early for the top speed runs because it looks like this is a lot flat out, and well, I just rolled the car. So we're gonna try that again. So yeah, I'm gonna give myself 10 minutes. If I don't get it in 10 minutes, we'll go into the next one. But I think we should be able to do it. Worst comes to worst, what I'll do is I'll swap this car out for the, I think it's called the Atriac. The Atriac I know will easily probably do this, and it's got a little bit more downforce to it if I'm not mistaken too. So we'll see how that goes. You know what, that didn't end well, so let's go ahead and restart that. And there we go. That's a little bit better start than last time there. Now I see a lot of people doing this on motorcycles. The issue with motorcycles is that, number one, I would get flung off about every bump I'd hit, and I would hit quite a few things along the way. So, you know, it's not ideal. See the inside here. See if I can use the sidewalk as a passing lane. Now this car is a little tail light, I guess. It does like to step out quite a bit, so. And this is the way I thought we could go. I'm going to lose it. There we go. That's what I wanted to see there. Now, because I think the other way is going to be a little bit shorter. With those hairpins, stuff like that, I think you would be more likely to lose control on it. So I think I'd rather go out this way than anything else. And I don't think I'll make it on this run, but we're going to see how close we can get. Because I mean, if this is the more optimal route, which I think it's going to be, we'll see how close we can get with this car. Keeping in mind that this isn't a perfect run. I mean, we've already hit like 2 cars already and everything, so it's not ideal. Chuck it across here. Well, nope, that's not what I wanted to see. There's where we want to go. I don't know where the destination is, dang it. Alright, so we actually, that's the finish line right there. So we would have made it if I knew where it was. So let's try it again. I think this car can very easily do it, and I think the path we're taking is a lot easier. Once we get out of the city at least, and we got that open road, I think that'll be a lot easier way to do that. So let's back in. I think that is just, you know, fair warning, I think this car is fully upgraded and everything. So if you guys are trying to do this with a stock one, it's probably not ideal. But a car like this, I mean, it's relatively cheap. I think this was only like $1 million. So, you know, you can get a decent car, even with upgrades and stuff like that. You can probably get a car, even because like this week, there's 2 cars that are like 80% discounted. And I can't remember what those cars are, to be honest with you. And I messed that up pretty royally already. I don't remember what they are. I know one of them I don't remember the other. One's the Gauntlet Hellfire, which is a really good car. I don't think it'd be really good for this one. I would give it a try with it, but you know, who I don't know how well that would work. However, the other one I can't remember what it is, but I know it's a pretty high end card. And I think it's right now if you have Twitch Prime, it's like 80% off for both, or 80% off for both of them. That's a pretty good deal. That's how I got a lot of my deals actually. If you have Twitch Prime, the best thing you can do in GTA 5 is link it to your Rockstar account, just so that you can get all the those big discounts like that. And they do new ones every week, so it's pretty neat to see that. And actually, for like the past, no, I messed that up. For the past couple of months, they've actually been running a special where if you just log in once a week, they give you 200 grand, which is doesn't seem like a lot, but they've been doing it for I think 2 or 3 months now. So I mean, they're giving out they've given out over $1 million, which is pretty nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch vehicles really quick. I'm gonna let this time run out, and then I'm gonna switch the other vehicle. I think this one could have made it, but I just for the speed we were trying to get, I don't think we can make it with that one. So I'll switch vehicles really quick because it is about that time. I told him I'd give myself 5 minutes with that one, and if it didn't make it, I'll switch another one. You can kind of see my collection of cars here. There's actually my open wheel racer. There's one of that's the Fister Neon, and then you got the other Fisters over along this wall here. So I'm only missing one, and I'll probably replace this one with it when I get it. But we'll go down here. This is the car I do most of my time trials in anyways. So it's the Overflood R-Track. It's AUTARCH. And this thing is a speed demon. Let's just be clear here. I think I should go back this way. I think I figured it out. And it's got quite a bit of grip to it as well, even though it's a rear-wheel drive, but I think it just got more downforce to it. And come to think about it also, we probably could have used the open wheel car because they still allow those for some reason in time trials. And, yeah, I don't see why we couldn't use something like that. But, you know, for this one, I think we'll use this, use the Overflood. I think it'd be just fine. And yes, I was itching my nose, so I couldn't turn there. Very important to keep priority straight, so. Alright, let's flip it around here. And up the hill, and we'll go ahead and start it. And the van's coming right at me. I didn't know if it was going to pass me or not. It looks like it did, or it did. So it didn't look like it did. It actually did. Also, funny enough, today, usually, I mentioned that I drink tea quite a bit. Today is National Tea Day, so, happy Tea Day to everybody out there. I've got my tea. I've got my peach sweet tea over there, which is, it's pretty good. I think I like the original better, which I did order more today, so hopefully I'll be drinking that here soon. Same with half and half. I do quite like the Arnold Palmer. That's still one of the best This Is ESPN commercials. If you Google it, you can probably see it, but it's Arnold Palmer in the break room making Arnold Palmer. Oh, come on! I think I can save it from here. It's pretty funny. They're just sitting there like in amazement watching him. Alright, so we're out of the city here. I think, and we messed up a little bit on the right at the end there of the city, but I think we can kind of make up for it with this car. And now that I know where the finish line is for the race, I think we can kind of sneak in there. You might have to do a little bit of a jump at the end. I think we'll be fine. Take it on the outside here. Just squeeze through here. Oh boy, this is not going to be fun. If I went to the inside there, I don't think I would have made it, but I think we're doing okay still. Clip that car there. Cut it through the gas station, hit the tires on the outside of the guardrail here. Flip over the rock. Nail it. If we head up this way. Crap, the station? It's over here. It's on these rocks. All right. Well, I went down the wrong way. All right. Well, we'll try it again. I know I said I was going to give myself 10 minutes, and it's been about that time, but we'll try it just one or two more times. I think we can almost get this. Sweet peach tea. Alrighty, let's try this one more time. We almost have this. I mean, let's just be honest here. I think if I don't mess up, if I can keep it clean through the city here, and get out with just under a minute, I think we'll be in with a pretty good chance. Same if I don't mess it up right at the end where where it comes out to the highway. That was a good clean run through there. Oh, this is the part I messed it up last time. Straight line it through here, and we're out. All right, so that's a pretty good times through there. Let's see if we can run it back through here. Once again, I don't think I've ever done this one. I don't remember doing it, at least. So I really didn't start doing time trials till more recently, till I realized how much they were worth. I mean, if you have both the RC car and in a car that can complete this, or a motorcycle, I mean, that's 200 grand a week, and then there's sometimes they actually run double, so it's 400 grand that you can get in 1 week, which is, you know, it's a pretty solid amount of money for just doing this. And sometimes these take, you know, 1 or 2 attempts. Sometimes they take a lot more. There was one I think I did like 35 or 40 attempts on because I just could not beat the stupid one, and I finally got it. It just took me a minute. Well, I hit something there. As to what, I'm not sure, but I hit something. But I think we're still okay. The car's turned. Ooh, okay, we're still okay. We're just make our way around this way here. And if we jump it, and we got it. 206.09. Nailed it. So we beat it with about 10 seconds to spare. So that's, yeah, I would say that's pretty good. Give me 1 second here. I got a voicemail. I don't remember anybody calling me. So give me like 30 seconds here. Let me see what this voicemail is all about. I'm going to mute this real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Well, that was on. All right, it was just static. I didn't get any calls or anything. That's why it was kind of odd. All right, well, that is just fine then. We'll go ahead and pop my phone back on there and hit the F1 button there. There we go. Now we can go ahead and head on over to the RC time trials, and then after that, I'm hoping to start, you know, F1 racing, or kind of that open wheel racing, I guess you'd say, by like 1:30ish. I think that'll work out. Just head on down the cliff here. Thankfully, that was an easier one. Now, the RC one is not as easy, if I remember correctly. It's like Madrazo's Ranch thing. This one, this one took me quite a bit to beat the first time. The second time wasn't as bad, but still wasn't great. Like turn car, there we go. All right. This is a car, you know, even I wasn't a huge fan because I got this like at a 90% discount with Twitch Prime. Well, that's not ideal. And I'm like, whatever, I'll buy it because it was a nice supercar, but I didn't realize how fast it was until I started doing time trials with it. It's a pretty good car if you're looking for a car to do time trials in, and that's relatively cheap. think I bought mine for, with discounts, like 300 grand, and then I think I put another 600 into it, so about 900 grand total. I think normally the car's about 1.4, 1.5 million. You have to put about 600 grand into it. So either way, it's still not bad to drive. All right, we'll head up this way here. This is Madrazo's ranch here. I believe I can park like right here and be fine. Because you got to remember, in the RC cars, your car is still there. Even though if you're not there, the car is. And so you got to be a little bit more careful on where you park. Because you can interfere with your own race, which is pretty funny. But let's go right over here. Okay, we'll enter here and we'll get to see my little RC car. Not a bad little car itself. Now we just try this one. Now these can be a little bit harder just because, number one, these cars don't handle quite the best. And they do like to get up on two wheels and flip over and things like that. So, gotta be a little more careful with them. But also, funny enough, if you actually run somebody over with this, they consider that like you running somebody over in a normal car. And they'll call the cops on you and everything. So you gotta be careful with that. I guess my car's still in the way there. Alright, well, that was not ideal. Next straight point's over here, actually. And then go out this way, around the silos, through the barn here, across, and around this way. Now, these can be a lot more intricate, just because these cars are a lot smaller, so they can go into tighter spots. They actually have one through a skate park, which is kind of a fun one. There's a couple on the beach that I know of. A couple through the construction site, which are kind of a pain in the butt because if you fall off there, you pretty much have to restart your run. Oh crap! I don't quite think I'm going to make it on this run because I keep hitting things. But we'll give it a try. I know we're getting close to the end. I'm thinking it's like around this corner here. Let's see how close we are. I'm thinking this is the end. Yeah, so right there. So we're about 10 seconds off still. That's quit. So we're about 10 seconds off still, so we'll have to pick it up just a little bit in some of this area, or some of this a little bit more. Be a little less, be a little more reckless with it. I guess a little faster through here, so. Let's try this again. Memorizing the path does help too, so you know exactly where you're going. So, but it does take a couple attempts for you to do. Let's go. Crap! I keep cutting that corner way too sharp. That's you got to swing out wide there. You gotta be a little careful too, because this, that's not gonna work. You gotta be a little careful too, because this can give you a headache pretty quickly, especially if you're prone to like motion sickness and things like that. RC racing can, especially these real tight ones, can give you a bit of a headache. Because I know this one did, the first time or two I did this one, it gave me a headache. So, but running them 20 or 30 times in a row like that doesn't help either. Yeah, after this, we'll be doing some open wheel racing. So if you guys are interested, I do play on GTA 5 on the PC. So if you guys are interested and wanted to join, you're more than welcome to. I'll probably just jump into an open wheel race. I just won the server's hosting, so if you guys are interested, please let me know. I'll let you guys join up. And really, I want to see there's I think 5 new maps and 2 new cars. I want to at least see the tracks. The cars, I mean, if we don't have a race where we can race our own car, I'll jump in one of the new ones to see how they work. One is more like a Indy car, and the other one's more of like a newer Formula 1 car. Well, it's not gonna work. So it's still pretty neat. I think they're both really nice. I don't know if I will buy either one. If I win one of them, I might, I would drive it. But I don't know if I would want to spend the. Oh, that close. I was about 3/10 of a, or probably less than 3/10 of a second off. That sucks. But they're not bad. I don't know if I'd buy them myself. I might buy the Indy car if if they were on sale or whatever. But I don't think I would. Otherwise, I don't think I would. I like the open wheel car I have now. Then again, I did win it on the lucky wheel. That was a funny story. The day they announced open wheel racing, they actually put the open wheel car on the lucky wheel, but they actually put it ahead of the racing a week ahead of time. So you couldn't actually race it yet, but they had it out there. So if people wanted to buy it, or no, they couldn't buy it. I think the only way you could get it was through the lucky wheel, and the car went on sale the next came out on Thursday, and I think the next Thursday the open wheel racing came out. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just spin the lucky wheel. I'm gonna restart this one, and lo and behold, I actually won the car. So that was pretty neat. So I had the car a full week ahead of schedule, which I could just drive it around and do whatever I wanted to with it. So that was pretty neat. And then, of course, next week, I think that's the first week I actually streamed anything. So that was, if you were here then, pretty neat. I think that was that Thursday when I did the open wheel racing. That was the last time I streamed GTA 5 too, it's been, just over 6 months now, or right at 6 months. Actually, I think this week is 6 months. Today's the 21st. I think I started streaming February 25th, so, that week of the 25th. So, pretty neat. So it's been a little while since we actually streamed GTA 5, which is a bit of a... Ooh, that's not going to work. So it's been a little bit since I streamed GTA 5. I've gotten quite a few streams in since then, kind of learned quite a bit. Still not doing too bad with it. I mean, I don't play GTA 5 as much as I used to. Crap, let me try that again. I don't play GTA 5 as much as I used to. I mean, I used to play quite a bit. I think this actually has my most amount of hours in this game on Steam. But because I used to, we used to do, there was a couple of us that used to do heists and stuff like that together, and we would do racing and things like that. But I just kind of moved on from it, I guess. I mean, I still play it, I try to play once or twice a week just to get my login bonus and things like that. But as for actually doing much in it, I don't do really much anymore in it. I'll be interested to see when the new, I guess there's a new, it's not DLC because you don't have to pay for it, but there's new content coming out, and I think the winter, they said. I'll be interested to see what that is, because apparently it's supposed to open up. I might be able to see. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Apparently there's some new DLC coming out then that's when I actually open more of the map up. I think it's interesting. So I'm excited to see that, to see where that's going. How it's going to work, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. I've heard other rumors about what that might be. I don't know yet, but I've heard either the North Yankton area, which I've heard might be interesting, which is, if you don't know, it's where the tutorial takes place from the original game. But don't know about that one yet. I think it'll be interesting to say the least. It might bring quite a few people back to it for a little bit. That's kind of the issue I have. Like, when the Diamond Casino, well, that didn't work out very well. But when the Diamond Casino heist came out, I did jump back in, and I actually did a couple of the heists, which were really fun. I did both the Big Con, which is where you go in as the Bugman, and as the sneaking job, where you actually sneak in and shut the power off, things like that. I never did one as the just full out kill everybody in there. Never did that one, but it was fun for a little bit. But then at the same time, it's it just kind of fell off pretty quick. It seems like it was great that we got a casino heist, because I think everybody wanted that. but it didn't seem like it had very much staying power. I mean, people still run heists and everything like that. I mean, you watch Achievement Hunter and things like that. They did the heist, and they play this game. They put a video out in this game once a week, so that's pretty impressive. Still, you're trying to find stuff to do in this game. Still, is pretty. It's getting to the point it's a little difficult, I would say, unless there's something that I just don't pay attention to. Like, I know there's people that like do series racing in here, where they actually race in like local series with people. Well, this is not going to end well. I think, you know what? I'm getting a little frustrated. It's 1:30 anyway, so I did want to start the open wheel racing now. So I'll come back maybe later and try that out. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, with the new DLC that came out with the open wheel racing, they also did a bunch of new adversary modes, if I'm not mistaken. Trapdoor, there's a slasher now. There's a couple there's new maps for older game types too. Like Slasher, I think, is actually, there's a new one in the Diamond Casino. So that's interesting. So let's go ahead over here. See what kind of racing we can do right now. Don't really care about dispatch missions. Alright, let's head out and wait. I think down by the airport where we have to go, so. I haven't gotten any text, I don't believe, from like, oop, that's not good. There we go. Yes, I haven't got anything on the text front to run a open wheel race. So we'll head down there and see if we can get a new one of the new racetracks. Look at that! I survived a bounty, which is really easy because all you have to do is survive 24 hours of the bounty on you, and all you gotta do is go into an invite-only session and you can survive it, so not too difficult. So down this way. Still have not seen it. That's what kind of worries me, though, is that these races are not just, they're, this is all multiplayer. There's no way to get AI in these races. So there's no way to see if maybe we can, no way we can actually, if we can do it by ourselves, but I think that kind of defeats the point a little bit. I mean, I'd rather have other people racing with me, even if it's like 3 or 4 people. It makes it a lot better. And then at the same time, you got the chance of people crashing you and things like that, so kind of sucks. But there we go. Turn in here. It should be the bottom of this hill here. Top of the town. I don't think I've done that one yet, so that must be one of the new ones. And if I have to host it, great. And I'll just grab a couple people. Get like, if we can get 3 or 4 people in here, I think we'll be fine. I mean, I've raced with 16 people before, or 15 people, 16 max. That's pretty crazy. Look at that. Good. Right away we can get into it. All right, this is making me feel a little bit better that we can get into races pretty quick. So what do we got? We do have custom vehicles, so I'll take a look at the stats of the new ones. I still think mine's going to be better than using a custom one like that. So we'll see. A couple people leaving. So this might be quite close to a full race. I mean, right now we're at 13 people. They're inviting more, so pretty cool. Let's look at the map here. See what we got. It looks pretty tight. Oh boy, that doesn't look great. I mean, fair enough. There's collisions on. Collisions. Yeah, it's a standard race, so it'll be normal. I am right now the highest person in here or level wise at 249. It's pretty good. Yeah, there's actually 301. Never mind. Didn't see that one there for a second. But I think, let's see here. How many laps? 10 laps. So I don't think we can make it unless you use the hard compound tires. I don't think you can make the full race on one set of tires. We very well could use the hard set, but I want to use the soft because those are give you your best speed. It's weather's clear and bright, so I think you'll be fine on that front. Uh-oh. said launching, and then it didn't do anything. That kind of worries me. I've still got sound. There we go. All right, so the custom, so that one's that. That's one of the newer, yeah, that's one of the newer ones, and that's one of the newer ones. And that's one of the old ones. So stat-wise, they're about the same. So I'm going to use mine for right now. And once again, if we have to, I'll switch over probably to the indie racing one. That looks kind of neat. Where's my good helmet at? There it is. Yeah, I got my bright orange helmet there to match the rest of the car. It looks like I think we have a full 16 in here, so that'll be interesting to see. All right, so new track, top the class, top the city. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully it won't be a wreck fest, but let's be honest here, it's Grand Theft Auto. It will be a wreck fest. Some people using the new cars. They're cool to see. They're like more modern Formula One car. Oh, hold on here. What's this? I mean, that's just a Formula One starting lights. Ooh, there we go. Spin around. Oh, and something. Oh, that's a body of a car. Go flying there. Well, keep going. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! I am stuck on that wall. What a butthead! All right, let's try this again. All right, Phil Collins. Yeah, I know you don't care anymore, but I do care about this race. So they actually redid the starting, which is kind of neat to see. I can see very well people going head on there because people are jerks and absolutely will take each other out in that corner. I know. I hit somebody. I know. I didn't say I would. Also notice tire wear not showing up on the screen there. Oh, I see why. Because it's showing up over here on the right. Oh, they have like a full damage indicator. All right, this has actually become really cool. Because I didn't know they had that down there. I haven't seen any of this. This is pretty neat. Although the problem is though, I have no idea if what those damages mean. Like, is that like yellow? Is that like terrible? Like, are they about to blow? We got curves now. Well, they really did upgrade this, didn't they? This actually is a really fun little racetrack. I think if with 16 people, I mean, let's be honest here, it was going to be a little bit of a melee at the beginning, but we're up to 5th, so not bad. We're looking on the 6th place person right now, so not too awful bad. So we've caught, well, we caught up a little bit. Well, I would say we did catch up a little bit, but a little bit faster part of the course here. I have a feeling though that probably next lap I might have to stop for some tires because my tires are looking absolutely terrible. Wow, what a deck. I'm gonna keep him up here on that wall. Problem is somebody else passed us, so that was not ideal. Alright, so next lap I'm gonna have to pit because those tires, I mean, fair enough, yellow was not great, orange is not even, looks even worse, so got a feeling we might need to stop next time, which is fine. I think, yeah, I mean, it puts us at lap 4, I believe. So, what in the world? I guess I just hit a wall. Well, all right then. All right, well, buddy, there you go. Karma, you know, that's how that happens. Yeah, I will need to stop this round because it is. I'm afraid that these tires are about to blow, and that will not be a good thing for anybody. Oh man! All right. Well, we've learned now that the the damage indicator does show when you lose a wing, which is a lot better because beforehand you had no idea until you went into a corner if you lost a wing or not. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Ooh boy, that was not ideal. Yep, there they go. So now they even show when the tires go completely flat. They'll even show that. So not ideal for the first race. Let's be honest here. Let's see if we can make it up the hill here. I know we're coming up to the pit lane, so we should be okay. Well, maybe. This race has not gone as planned, I'll be honest with you. And actually, it seems like they actually made these tires degrade a lot faster now, which absolutely sucks. Because like before, you can make it about 4, maybe 5 laps on a set of soft tires, but now they're seems like they're just trash. After about 3 laps, that is. Well, we're back to the 6th because it looks like somebody lost it there. Couldn't quite make that turn, but all right. Somebody else spun out there because it looks like they've lost their tires. And so it looks like a lot of this, you know, a lot of people have been trying to figure out, like, you can tell what the newer people are because they don't know that these tires can blow out. Which, you know, I'm kind of applaud Rockstar for doing stuff like this because, you know, it's a little bit different because this is a totally solid, or this is more of a, you know, actual racing in GTA 5, which is a little bit odd, I would say, for them, but still pretty neat to see. Coming down to lap 5, so we're almost halfway. Looks like my tires are starting to eat away a little bit faster, which is not good. I don't want to spin the tires because that'll just degrade them even more. Come on, there we go. So I'm starting to also learn the track a little bit better, so I know where I can kind of push the issue or have to slow down quite a bit, especially that corner. That corner right there, we got to slow down a little bit. Maybe not in the newer cars, because maybe the new cars, I don't know, I haven't really looked at any stats or anything on the new cars. They could have more downforce than these cars do, which would make sense because they're newer cars. And just be incredibly fast around here. Maybe you don't have to lift for some of these corners like I have to. And also it could be the case, I didn't even think about this, that with this new tire system, they may have made the older cars tear up tires faster. I'm going to try to go one more lap without having to pit again. If I can go one more lap, well, we'll see at the end of this one. If they're orange, we're going to have to stop because they will blow at red. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the bottom left-hand corner there, you actually see the kind of the outline of a Formula 1 car. If you can actually see the tires are starting to turn like a darker yellow. That just, it kind of indicates the tire wear there. Oh, well, let's get around this guy. He's a lap down at least, so. Well, that didn't end well for me. It also looks like if you blow your tires, they kind of make you go like ghost mode, which is pretty neat so that you don't really block the track anymore, which I think is pretty nice of them to do. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to stop here for tires on this next lap. So yeah, it looks like they did add something in there that really does chew up these tires a lot more than they used to. Which kind of stinks, because these soft tires, while amazing, they just chew through them really quick. I also kind of wish you could switch tires, like switch what compound of tires you got in the race. Because, like, once I figured that out, I'd rather switch over to like a medium compound, so they won't wear as fast. Or it'll be a little bit slower, but you know, that's one thing I wish they would have added. I didn't see that anywhere, so I don't think that's a thing. But you know, I think it'd be kind of fun. So maybe the next race, what we'll do, we'll actually switch over the form. Even if we can get custom cars, even with the stats and everything, I think we can at least try the Formula 1 car and see how we do. And then maybe do the Indy car after that. Or it depends. It might be better if we try the Indy car. It depends on what the track looks like, I guess. Because the Formula 1 car is probably more suited for really tight, twisty tracks like this. And the Indy car probably a little more faster, you know, wide open tracks. That was not for position, unfortunately. I wish that would have been. I'm going to try to keep these tires underneath me for the rest of this race, so be a little bit more smoother on the throttle and things like that. So try not to spin the tires and things like that. I mean, this is stuff you got to do in real racing too. So, and I think that's kind of how they modeled it. I mean, if you do burnouts in these things, they will chew off the tires. So, it kind of makes sense. If you're spinning tires, you're losing grip in them. So. And also, I've noticed though, like beforehand when they were doing open wheel racing, they would kind of the both front and back tires would kind of tear up just as fast as each other. But it seems like now the rear tires actually go away faster than the front ones, which I don't know if that would be true or not. Well, if if you are really in these low speed corners and spin the tires coming out of it, it makes sense that you would the tires would be chewed up more. But on these high speed corners though, I mean they the front tires would lose more durability than the rears do. Trying to stay out of these guys' way here because it looks like they were having their own little fight there. From what I can tell now, I think I'll be able to keep this set of tires on for the rest of the race. We'll see though. If I hit something though, that's kind of the issue. Losing a spoiler or something like that is not great, especially in these cars. But also, if you hit something, you're more likely to, when you're taking off, to spin the tires and things like that. So it's gonna be a little more. It's like so it's generally hitting a wall is not a great idea for racing. In anything, any form of racing you do, hitting the wall, not a good idea. If anyone's watched the iRacing stream I did earlier, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, you'll know this is not usually the form of racing I go for. I was hoping, or it's like I usually run dirt late models and legends on the paved tracks. Usually all ovals though, so no road courses. So someone just finished. That's pretty impressive. We're quite a ways behind, but we'll finish. I think we'll probably finish 6th, so right about mid pack. Oh, that's 5th place. All right, well. I just lied. There's 5th place for us. We can make it back around on these tires, which I think we'll be able to. Just gotta be a little more careful with them. There was a car in the outside wall there. I didn't notice. Because I think 4th is about to finish. I get a feeling. So, don't think we'll make 4th place, but. And what those two are doing, I'm not sure still. So 4th place just finished. So worst I can, or best I can do is 5th right now. So it looks like they're still on. They're still racing. So 5th place for the first race, and my car just veered off into the pit road. But that is just fine. We finished already, so I'll take a 5th place out of, well, technically 16 started. So, you know, I can go for that. Now we gotta wait for the rest of these people to finish. I think we can hit this button. Oh yeah, look at that. Just you hate to see it. Hate to see it. All right, next car. I'm just gonna pick someone random. Hopefully they're farther up in the order. This guy's 10th. This is actually one of the guys I was following right at the end there. It's a cool looking car. I think that might be one of the Formula or the Indy cars that one of the newer Indy cars you can get. We might try that one next. I don't know. We'll kind of randomly decide on which one we do. I think he's lost the front wing on his car. It kind of stinks you don't see the damage indicator here. It'd be kind of a neat thing to see how the tires are worn. Something just happened to him. All right, well, we got a nice screen or nice view of the skyscraper here. Like, he's still racing. Like, I can hear him still racing, which is odd, but I don't know. I think the camera might have messed up a little bit on that one. Here's 9th place. I finished 5th. So, there we go. First race in the books. Not too bad at all. Couple of points. I have no idea what those mean. I don't think anybody does. I don't think even Rockstar knows what those are yet. Fast lap 107. It looks like they're using the BR8s, which are pretty fast. So, but hey, the guy who wanted to be a PR4. It's what we're racing in. So, I can kind of go with that. So it seems like really these cars are more for looks. The BR8s and I think the DR1s might have more. Ooh, road to run. Because these are all new ones. I want to say it doesn't really matter to me where we go. I'll switch over to that one. As long as it's a new track, which I think all 4 or all 6 of those might be new. So we'll swap to a new car now. I don't know which one. Which one do you think? All right, hold on. Is there a quarter up here? There's a quarter somewhere. That's a truck. I was gonna flip a quarter, and I actually have a quarter somewhere. I think I can do this. Alt tab out of here. Let's go over to Microsoft Edge. What do I want? Oh, I want to do a randomizer. Oh, I'm hosting. All right, so standard, we'll do 10 laps. Open wheel, we'll do noon. Weather, we'll do clear. Custom vehicles on. Catch up off. Slipstream on. Turn the radio off. Confirm settings. Auto invite. From last job, we'll go ahead and extend the time. And I think it's the BR4, or BR8, and the DR1. Randomize, please. So it looks like we're racing the BR8. Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and back out of this job here because there's not a lot of people. If we pop over to the, actual racing stuff itself, it'll say, hey, can you want to race this one? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. So let's run back over there and see what we got going on here. They might pop like an event up here. It says, hey, you want to come race? Like, yes, I do. Is that the one we just left? It very well could have been, especially with this being this fast. So let's head over. We'll just jump back out of the casino here. Exit penthouse. The car should be over here. And hood. Well, try to hood slide. That didn't work out very well. There's not really much of a hood on this car anyways. Alright, let's get rid of that. Because I don't want a copyright strike on YouTube later. Hold on. Oh, there's a new one. So Martin, and we'll go ahead and open that invite up. Usually that's what happens. About the time I get out to the car, they'll send me an open wheel invite. So it's pretty neat. And we're racing the BR one first. I think that's the, well, I don't think this is going to work. Like, I was hoping that, go ahead and exit real quick. I was hoping that that would have been a little more populated than it was. Because the first race, it's like, no problem getting people in, and then now it's like we can't find anybody. So not ideal. So we'll run over there really quick, though. I could, funny enough, I could just, make my spawn point the airport. And, be a lot easier that way, but, although with this stream, though, it is running a little bit lower frame rate, which is not ideal, but, see if we can do this like that. I mean, what I should be doing is get my Formula 1, or my open wheel. I keep calling it Formula 1, which, I mean, fair enough. The first two are very similar to older Formula 1 cars. Maybe not the is it R88? I don't know, maybe that's not one, but definitely one of the new ones looks just like a Formula 1 car. Should have brought one of those out. We can drive that around while we're in between races here. Oop, there. Ooh, that didn't work out well. Turn. No, there we go. Say, I think the front wheels were off the ground there for just a moment. So let's go ahead and head on in here. Looks like he does have one of the new ones loaded up called Headwind. It's like that. I'm saying that one takes place around the wind farm up north. Well, looks like we're going to be here for just a moment. So that's okay, I guess. While we're doing that, though, let me go ahead and see if I can... Maybe see if I can get my delivery yet. It looks like this is not going too well yet. Let me look here. That was the whole thing. I was hoping for it to come today, and it's a I'm trying to think what it is. It's the Thrustmaster Pro Series steering wheel and pedals. So it left Sharonville, Ohio at almost 9 o'clock this morning, 8:48. And I still haven't got any more updates after that. But, that's kind of stinks. But that's kind of how it works sometimes. Plug that back in here. I'll go check here probably after this race, maybe see if maybe that it's it's been delivered and it's just sitting outside, which would not be ideal. Oh, I am now the host, I guess. All right, well, we'll just kind of go with it, I guess. New bright, custom vehicles on, catch up off, slipstream on. Firm settings, auto invite, all from current session, which I don't think really does anything. We'll just go with this. So, worst if we're only racing 4 people, it won't be too bad. definitely want to. I'll extend the time, so we'll get about a minute, and hopefully that'll bring in some new people. I'm hoping, honestly, if we can get about 8 people in a race, that's usually a good size. So take a look at the track while we wait, though, and I don't remember what button that is. X or there? That's B. Confirm settings to Y. There is a way you can see what track you're racing on. And as to what button that is, I'm not 100% sure. Looks like we might get about 4 people in this one, which, fair enough. It's better than none. We can kind of learn the track, I guess, a little bit better that way. Although on that note, I can definitely say that I am the highest player in here right now. So we'll go ahead and just... Looks like the session is about to launch. Let's go ahead and launch into it then. We'll go ahead and... we'll use the Formula 1 car, which is the BR something or another. BR8. We'll do the orange. We'll do some colors. Ooh, Sprunk looks really good. Ooh, the Fix-It looks pretty cool too. I'll use this one. I think it's pretty cool. Nice color there. The atomic logos. We're going to go with the medium tires because that seemed like it worked out pretty well last time. We'll go ahead and hit ready. 2 of us are ready. Looks like 2 people have only raced 1 time before this, and then the other high-ranking person has a pretty good one. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Boy. Hopefully, we don't get hit by windmills. That would absolutely suck. But I'm on pole for this one. It's a pretty neat little start, too. I didn't expect that from them. But it is pretty neat. Alright, so far, pretty fast track. Pretty wide open, too. And then we get to 2 hairpin turns, and it's another real sharp one here. This car does not want to turn now. And with the medium tires, it probably will not turn very well, but... well, it won't turn as well, I should say. I mean, you gotta remember, because we traded off, the tires will last a lot longer now, but they're not going to be as fast. They won't be able to turn as fast anymore, which kind of stinks. But number one, this wheel is not, or the rear spoiler looks a little out of place right now. It looks massive. There's an entire lap, so not too bad at all. Just going to use the curves boost here on this very curvy front straightaway. All right, let's keep going this way. I really figured out the shape of this. I mean, you can kind of figure it out. It's like, all right, but this is a bit of an odd track. Go ahead and turn the music off as well. I thought I turned that off earlier, but I guess I didn't. Now, there is some races you actually can go, like, the full distance of them on, like, a set of medium tires. I don't think we'll be able to do it on this one, because this seems like a pretty... like, especially on this very back part here, it's a very stop-start kind of racetrack where you have to almost stop in the middle of a corner to get around it, and then try to restart again. Not ideal. Although I do like how they did do like a pagoda, or kind of like the announcers, stand on the front straight away. That's pretty neat. And I hate to say this, but I think everybody but like me in the first place guy is going to drop out, because unfortunately this racetrack, while I don't know if I like this yet. I don't know if I like this track yet. It seems a bit windy. There's a certain amount of a track you can do that's if it winds back and forth, great. But if you do it too much and it's really just kind of slow like this, I don't know if it really makes the track fun. Like one of the best, or one of the things, one of my more favorite road courses is the Daytona Road Course. Watkins Glen's really good. I really do like Sears Point too. So those are kind of the big NASCAR tracks, but the Daytona Road Courses I think is a really good example because they do have those real high speed sections on the banked oval, but at the same time they have the real technical like infield section where they kind of have to go a little bit slower. They kind of they have to mind what they're doing or they're going to lose. They could spin out pretty easily, and maybe that's just me, but there is that. Now I will tell you right now, not having as many people, it does cut down on how many times you almost get taken out. You kind of know what's going to happen around each corner. It's whatever your car does. It's not like that's what I think kind of stinks about having these smaller lobbies. You just don't have you don't have quite the people to make that exciting. And it does kind of suck though, because if somebody drives backwards on the track, then it kind of ruins the race for you. I don't know if that's third place or first place I'm catching, which would be interesting to say the least. I believe that is third place. Yes, and he just stopped in the middle of the track there. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm 31 seconds behind first place, so not ideal. But for not knowing the track is not too bad. Of course, we didn't know the other track, and I think that track was a little more forgiving for new drivers. I know this is not the most exciting racing right now, but we'll find another racetrack and then we'll get some better racing out of it, I hope. I mean, the first race, I really enjoyed that first race, and then you come to this one, and it's quiet. There's nothing going on. I can probably see why a lot of people didn't want to run this race, because it just seems kind of boring, and I would have to almost agree with them. No, because like the first 5 set of races, there was race I didn't like. Like there is, what is the one? There's one in the hills of Los Santos, and I don't like that one. But I'm like, I understand the track pretty well, and it's become kind of a fun course, but it's pretty difficult if you mess up. And it's a street course too. I'm not a huge fan of those. There's another street course that I like though. That I don't remember what that one's called though. There we go. That should get us to the end though, because that's why I want to get to the end of 5 laps to pit, and that's usually what medium tires can do. So I'm not that concerned with it. Kind of gets the trade-off though. If you use soft tires, the idea is that you hope that not a lot of others put soft tires on it. So you go out and run qualifying times for 3 laps, and then you have to come in and stop, take new tires. So it's kind of a trade-off to where it's like, do you want to, not stop? With soft tires, you probably would have to stop at least 2 times this race, where the medium tires, we probably only have to stop once. Now, say with the hard tires, you might not be able to stop at all, but at the same time, you're probably a good 10 or 12 seconds slower, which is not ideal. Now, if you had kind of all the even keel on the car-wise, you might be, you might have a pretty good advantage, but especially in this sort of racing, you probably wouldn't see too much of a difference. But still, it's kind of fun to have that pit strategy involved, where you possibly have to stop for tires, unless you put the hard tires on, of course. Of course, I've never done more than like a 15-lap race. The 15-lap race was a long race. I think I finished 2nd or 3rd in that one, but I did that one off stream though, so it was a fun race. But You start with 16 people, and I think by the end we had like 8. I think we lost about half that lobby. And I got a feeling that the person in first right now is running on soft tires because they're running about probably close to 10 seconds faster than I am. They also might know this track a little bit better than I do too, so it's not like it's too big of a deal. Probably using my curves a little bit more than I do. Honestly, I usually forget about them, so it's not like it's a big thing here. There we go. And last corner coming on the final straightaway here. So I'm looking at time. So they're about 7 seconds faster than I am right now. So I got to feel it's probably down to either knowing the track better or just having soft tires. Or a combination of both. Let's be honest here. Now this is a racing that if I did more iRacing, I don't know if I could do open wheel racing. Now, I did actually do the Dahlia races. They actually had a Pocono race once. I'm like, I'll give it a try and see how it goes. And I actually was doing really well. I was actually enjoying myself. There's probably about 20 people in the race itself. The first lap was a melee, like a normal Grand Theft Auto race would be. But after that, we kind of settled down. I was running like 5th for that race, so I felt pretty good. Didn't really have much to do. I mean, I got lapped, but I was doing pretty good. And then somebody who was a lap ahead of me, I got out of his way, and then I don't know if he got tight or whatever and hit me. Or no, I'm sorry, he did. I got a little loose, but it slowed down enough. There was a car in front of us that he got around, and all of a sudden the guy decided to pull right back on track, going about 100 miles an hour. Well, he was going about 100. You gotta remember though, I was, normally those cars are going about 200 or so through that course, or about 150, 180 miles an hour. So I rear-ended the guy going about 80 miles an hour faster, and it ripped one of the wheels off. And that's what sucks, because I mean that was totally his fault. I don't know if I ever saved that recording or not, but it was totally his fault that he came up on the track way slower than he should have been, and ruined my race. I think I still finished like 5th or 6th because the guys behind me were like 4 laps down, and I got the car. Well, the first time I got the car, well, that's a bit of a douchey move there. All right, dude. Is there something wrong with first place? Oh, that's third place. Oh, that guy was actually the leader. Oh, wow. So if I could have caught him, I would have spun him out, but that's okay. He's about to finish here. There we go. And then I get one more lap around here. So hopefully this won't take us too long, because this was not a great race, I'll be honest here. Well, that didn't end well for me. Come on, turn. There we go. I just think it's a tight course, and I'm not a big fan of that. And I think that's what's killing me here. Alright, well, at least the countdown will start now. So that's that at least. Alright, well, I mean, technically we did finish 2nd place. Fair enough. But, it was still not ideal. We can watch this poor fellow in his misery. He has no rear wing. It looks like he might have his front wing still, but losing either one of your wings is a nightmare in this thing. It looks like his wheels are actually like tilted in a bit. I don't know. But hey, we got through that race. It was a little bit on the boring side, I'll be honest with you. But we'll go on to the next race and see how we can do on that one. And then probably after that, I'm going to go. I'll run upstairs and see if the package has been delivered yet. Let's see. What do we want to do? It's a sign. That's a pretty funny one. I think all those are new, except for Top of the Town. So we have, looks like maybe 5 new ones. Maybe they added like 8. I don't know. They added quite a bit. And now we're in the middle of nowhere. We're actually at the wind farm, so let's race back down here. Hopefully we can get a text message before then, but I'm going to take a shortcut to get there a little bit faster. Centennial Edge, I'm not doing too bad. We're just checking out a few GTA 5 races today. Unfortunately, I was going to do some iRacing, but I don't. It's like there was a package I wanted to have delivered before I did some more iRacing, and it hasn't come yet, unfortunately. And so I just high-centered my car, and that's great. But no, so it's going pretty good. I was kind of hoping to do some iRacing, but unfortunately, the package has not arrived yet, and so it's something like there's one of the sentence I just could not say. So GTA actually has some new open wheel racing that we were checking out. There's actually one of the new ones, so we don't have to go all the way back down there. So we've checked out the first 2, which was Top of the Town and Headwind. Right now in the rankings, Top of the Town is about here. And Wind Farm is, well, it's not actually on the screen anymore. It was, I did not like Headwind. I just don't think it was, I don't know. It just, to me, it was really tight. It was really slow. But, no, but so far, it seems like stream's going pretty good. I'm enjoying myself. I've been actually able to enjoy the racing a little bit. The only thing I wish it was iRacing. That was about it. But I'll figure it out. I start a new job next week, so my streaming might be a little off for the next couple of weeks, just because I don't know what my schedule is going to be. Once I figure that out, though, I'll figure out when I want to stream. I'm hoping to do at least 2 times a week. So next week I might do 3. I might do a Saturday stream so we can do some iRacing, because I've been having a lot of fun with iRacing, and I think with a wheel I'll do a lot better on the dirt tracks, because my problem is when I race with the controller, I tend to, like, with my thumb, I used to, like, flick it really kind of quick. However, I think with the wheel, I think I'll be a little more, precise with it. And I won't freak out as much, because that's what happens with a lot of times. So, like, when you're racing a late model dirt car, when you slide into a corner, my first reaction is to jerk it back to the right so it's straight. But you can't do that. You have to kind of keep the wheels going, roughly to the right, maybe more straight than anything else. And with a controller, it's a lot harder to do. I think with a wheel and pedals, I might be able to do it a little bit better. So, fingers crossed. But for right now, we're doing some open wheel racing here in GTA 5. I want to check out some of the new cars as well. We just saw the new Formula 1 car, which, looks of it wise, I'm not a huge fan of Formula 1. Mostly because I just don't think they're racing. I mean, when they race Monaco, I'll usually watch that one, because that one's a really interesting track. But other than that, it seems like to me that it's very, like, lopsided to one team or another. Maybe that's just me saying that, but this track, we're actually going to check out the DR1, which is I think that's more of the Indy racing one. And it was kind of interesting to see how this one looked. It looks really, I think it looks really nice. I'll see what kind of paint scheme. Ooh. Alright, that is neat. I wasn't going to buy one of these cars, but, and right now I don't have the money for one, but, when I do, I might get this one, because I didn't know they had a flying tiger theme, and that's amazing. Because a lot of the, it's really, if you ever see any of my iRacing stuff or anything like that, A lot of mine is very patriotic. I have, like, you know, because I'm from Ohio, I actually have quite a few, like, red, white, and blue. Because same with the Ohio flag. The Ohio flag is red, white, and blue as well. My first paint scheme on iRacing actually has the American flag on one side and the Ohio flag on the other in flames. So I think it's a pretty neat look to it. Yeah, so that's what I usually run. So having the shark, the flying tiger on the side of it is pretty neat. So I might have to go get this car now because it looks kind of fun. We'll see how it runs too, because you know it's a rental car. So if we tear it up, who cares? In the words of Jeremy Clarkson, the fastest car is a rental car, because if you tear it up, who cares? And as of right now, this thing is not very fast. I think I just didn't get a good boost. That was all. And there's the melee I was looking for. All right, we were not quite through yet. All right, I think we're through now. That was a lot of carnage. Couldn't even enjoy the racetrack because it was so much. Well, that didn't work out very well. There we go. Got that taken care of. My problem is I'm a little wary about some of these races because my frame rate is not great. For some reason, it's not great right now. I have no idea why. I mean, streaming probably did something with that. I haven't told this. I don't think I told this on stream yet, but I did clean out. I actually took my computer apart and cleaned it over the weekend because it was been acting up. I blue screened on me last Friday, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and clean it out and everything. It almost looked like there was dryer lint on my computer. That's how bad the dust and everything was, and there very well could have been dryer lint too because I'm about 6 foot from my dryer, so it's not ideal, but I'm just going to boost a little bit there. So it's not ideal for a computer to be that close to a dryer, but once I cleaned it out, it seems like it's running a lot better. It hasn't locked up on me at all, which is a little, you know, it used to lock up on me on almost a daily basis. And what I mean by lock up, it would just it wouldn't like crash or anything, but it would just sit there for by 10 or 20 seconds and not do anything. It wouldn't let me open anything. The mouse would still be like a soft lock, so the mouse would still work and everything, but nothing else would. And so and it would sit there for 20 seconds, then it would recover itself, so it wasn't too bad. But every once in a while I get a lock up that would just totally shut the computer down, and that's the only way I could fix it, was to shut the computer down. But yeah, once I cleaned it out, I think it might have just been a heat issue. Once I cleaned it out, though, it seemed like it's been working a lot better now. So after that, so you know, it's not too bad. Ooh, turn a little bit more. There we go. My nose is starting to itch again. Someone just trying to kamikaze somebody out of the pits. That would have been hilarious. The only thing I don't know is where the next person is, like for 5th place. I don't know where he's at, unless that guy in front of me is 5th place, which wouldn't surprise me. But I don't want to try to, like, I don't want to take him out. Like, that's not the goal of racing. And I just turned that's not next place guy, unfortunately. I don't want to take anybody out. That's not the goal. Every once in a while, though, you get somebody that just kind of upsets you, and you're like, you know what? You deserve to be taken out. Went to that corner way too hard. I think that slipstream didn't help me there. Get a little boost and catch up to this guy. That was a better turn there. Don't know how. Okay, that guy's going to the pits. All right, so that's that other way. So I got a clean racetrack ahead of me. I think I'll be able to make it to lap 6 on these tires. I'm hoping, at least. Especially since I have nobody in front of me now. I don't have anybody to come in contact with. Nope, let's see, that guy was in the middle of the track there, but ghost mode helped me out there. But yeah, I think So that was not good. That was all wheel spin there. But I think if I can make the end of lap 5 on these tires, I won't have to stop again. However, I mean, I am going a lot slower than most of these cars, which kind of sucks. But I see a lot of people already spinning out, which doesn't bode well for me because, you know, that would suck if you got about to this point in the racetrack and you lost all your tires, because it's a bit of a crawl back. I think I should be fine for one more lap. The immortal words of every racer that's lost a race or have finished poorly because they blew a tire. Of course, then, also, I don't know, like, I don't follow Formula 1, but every once in a while, if something really incredible happens, I do get the news about it. Lewis Hamilton, a couple weeks ago, I guess it was, actually did an entire lap with a flat tire, which is incredible. All right, that guy just warped in front of me. All right. Oh, that's the leader. All right, well, I think that's pretty crazy. I think he might be, I don't know if he's hacking or what, but he did not show up on my screen until he was in front of me. So I'm going to point that out there. Once again, I don't know these tracks as well, so it's not the case of I just don't know what I'm doing. I think I just don't know the tracks. And I don't use my curves boost enough. I think that's also a big issue. It looks like I should be able to make it to the end of this lap here, and I'm going to make the hard right-hand turn off. Be right here. Into the pits. Slowing down. I'm going to coast it to the end here. Stop. The tires are completely repaired. Go back out there. Hopefully, we won't have to stop again. Unless we lose a wing. If we lose a wing, fair enough, we'll stop. But looks like a lot of people are just parked out here, which, you know, is fair enough. They can't figure out how to get back to the pits, which, especially where some of these guys are parked, it would be a long trip back to the pits. Unless they went backwards, which, you know, it would kind of suck if they did. If they stayed out of the train going over, very nice. You know, if they did, you know, whatever, but I think so far, though, I mean, we're still in 6th. It's not great, but, you know, for your first time on a racetrack, it's still not bad. This is more like how NASCAR is doing it today. No practice or anything. The first time you're on the track is when they drop the green flag for the race. It's an interesting way to do things. Lap 7 here. We've got a guy in front of us. I don't know who that is, but we do have a guy in front of us. Dang it, I hit the wrong button again. I want to hit the down arrow to see. It's not good. Body of the car just came off. And the rear wing just came off. Well, that's just great. Still in 6th, though, somehow. Trust me, this is not going to be fun until we get back around. Alright, let's try. Let's try not to. Alright, we are messing everything up now. I keep hitting the wrong buttons, that's the problem. Alright, hold on. There we go. Although, looks like we got a V10 on this thing. That's pretty cool. I think if I do, oh, somehow I'm in 5th now. I guess somebody left in front of me. I think if I buy one of the new cars, it's going to be this one. So let's just head on down this way. I think that's the leader again. All right, wait for one more time here. But see, here's the time. Like, I'd love to change tire compounds. just so that, like right now, I'd put on soft tires and just go as fast as I could because I know they would last probably the 3 laps that we have left. Come on, turn car. Yeah, the next guy is 52 seconds ahead of me. Not ideal. And the guy behind me is only 8 seconds. So we got to pick up the pace just a little bit here. So the first place guy just finished. That's not ideal because I think I have to finish and the guy behind me has to finish before for the countdown starts. So they're gonna be sitting there for a bit unless they quit, which is possible too. But I hate to say this, I think it very well might be the case where you probably need to put soft tires on these things now still. Even though they chew up quite a bit, quite a bit more than a normal tire, like a medium tire would. I think if you want to be competitive, you're going to have to put soft tires on. Unless you go wet weather racing. And in that case, you put hard tires on and hope for the best. Because I don't think they have rain tires in here, which would be kind of cool if they did. Because they'd be probably as slow as the hard tires, and if it wasn't raining, they'd probably be just as slow as or they would probably degrade just as fast as the soft tires would. But once again, it would be kind of a cool idea to have that in a race. All right, buddy, what are you trying to do here? Alright, last lap, we saw the guy in 6th place. That was not ideal. So let's try to keep him behind us. So I don't quite think we'll be able to finish 4th. Kind of the same situation where we're not going to have enough time to catch 4th place. Well, that's not going to help us here. Yeah, it looks like 4th place is already finished, actually. So, we are going to be the next one to finish. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will stick in 5th. Which I don't see why we wouldn't, but, you know. So, here's the plan, guys. What I'm going to do is once I finish this race, I am going to... once the countdown starts, I'll send a set back out to free play. While it's still loading and everything and everybody's voting, I'm going to hit the be right back screen, and then I'm going to run upstairs and probably use the restroom really quick, and then and see if the package has come yet. If it has, great. We'll switch over to iRacing once I get back. We'll probably be able to do at least 2 races. If not, we'll continue with this. Oh boy. Somebody sent me a message. Who in the world's that? I have no idea. He wants to be my friend. Oh well. Let's see. What did this guy send? Nice level. I guess. I don't know who that is. I finished 5th though, so not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the countdown screen here. I'm trying to stretch out a little bit more because this chair is not the most comfortable in the world, but I'm going to go ahead and like this. And then once they hit there, I'm going to pop us out, and then I'm going to hit the Be Right Back screen, guys, and then we will go to Be Right Back, and hopefully he'll hopefully the package is here. If not, oh well. Let's see here. Free mode. I guess I will be right back. So hopefully when we get back, we'll still be in the game. We can just pop right back into another race.